The George Charles Secondary School is continuing its celebrations after winning the Secondary School Calypso competition. The crown was won by Ashley Jules under the Calypso name Bling. Her song Timing urged students to stop wasting time. The songwriter is Delphia Natram, who is cementing her reputation as a songwriter. Ms. Natram spoke with Bernard Fannis about the win for George Charles Secondary School.
In my old student's companion, it says time never waits for man. But when I stopped and took a look, it seems that page missing in your book. Don't waste your opportunity, then try to blame everybody. Wasting time is part of your mind, and that is what's keeping you behind. Hickory dock, you linemen round the block. It is a crime, are you waste time? You think you can stop the clock? No.
All right, first of all, congratulations on a victory here today. Give us a sense, after you saw everybody perform, how confident was she and how confident was you that this could have happened?
Before I even heard the other songs, in fact the song was written last year, so we had a lot of time to practice and she knew the material well, so we were pretty confident and very hopeful this year. Last year she represented us also at the Junior Calypso. She came in fourth. She was a bit disappointed and so it spurred some determination in her to do much better this year because she really wanted that crown. I think we all wanted that crown, so a lot of effort was put in this year.
How passionate was she about being part of this and winning this?
She's very passionate about it and she invested many hours into the rehearsals and also she worked with Wally, the principal, in order to improve her performance and really understand the song and represent the true meaning of the song.
When examination time comes, then you check you've been acting dumb. But how you ever expect to pass when you always be in class? No time to do your assignments. Facebook is your entertainment. Having every game shop in town, drinking, smoking and idling around.
We saw her going up to receive a prize and we noticed she was pretty emotional. Is that the kind of person that she is, and why do you think this was overwhelming for her?
She tends to be a bit emotional. She takes part in a lot of activities representing the school. She takes part in drama, in dance and things like that. So she has a lot of experience. But she does get very emotional. Last year she was a bit crushed, when she realized she came fourth but we were able to help her build that kind of determination so that this year she really came out and put in all her effort. So she was really overjoyed that she had won this year.
What does this mean for the school as well?
It's wonderful for the school because every victory for us is one more pillar to sort of strengthen the school, because sometimes we take so many blows and there are so many obstacles to overcome at George Charles. So these things really help strengthen the staff and the students and give them that kind of incentive to continue and to persevere.
Don't waste your opportunity, then try to blame everybody. Wasting time is part of your mind, and that is what's keeping you behind. Hickory dock, you lining round the block. It is a crime, are you waste time? You think you can stop the clock? No.
The organizer of the Junior Calypso competition, Jason Joseph, also spoke with Bernard Fannis about the competition and its promise.
We've just saw the conclusion of this year's competition, both primary and secondary schools. From an organizer's point of view, how did things go and what did you think of the competition itself?
My main duty on the day is to really observe the students, to make sure that they perform well, that they sing well. And I am very pleased this year at the quality of the performances that we had, both from the primary schools and the secondary schools. Usually, the primary schools tend to have an edge over the secondary schools, but today I was very pleased. Both segments, both divisions performed very well. In terms of the show on the whole, I think it ran very smoothly. We started just a little after 10, and everything ran well today. I am pleased. I am hoping that the collaboration that we had with CPMA and with creative industries could continue. It made a huge difference.
So is that going to be the standard date now for this event?
I can boldly say no, because we had some challenges this year. We tried to shift it from the date that we had settled on a couple years ago, which was early in June, the 8th or the 7th. I think there was a suggestion to put it after common entrance, and that created all sorts of problems because from after common entrance there were just exams and graduation, and students had to find it was really a problem. So we need to go back to revisit the date. I am personally in favor of earlier in June rather than later. From the time you go later, lots of problems.
Let's talk about the high points from what you saw. What were the encouraging and things you noticed about this competition here today?
Well, the main thing, like I said, is that the students sang well. That is very important because personally, I would like to take our competition to a higher level. People always say not to compare with other islands, and without mentioning other islands, there are other places where the school calypso sounds like senior seasoned people. Every single student sings very well, and that is the place I would like to reach one of those days. And the second thing is the quality of the writing. I think it's improving, even in cases where teachers themselves are writing the songs and the staff is contributing. The writing as well is improving. Those are the two main things. The performance of the children on stage, we keep working on that. And I can see evidence that they were listening and taking notes during the workshops because they did make the effort to perform properly. One of the main things for me is to get more schools on board. I mean, we have too many schools in St. Lucia to have 6 secondary schools participating in a national calypso competition. I know the children generally like the competitions, they like calypso. It's just to get more teachers on board so they can guide the children, coach them, prepare them early enough, or source a song for them. That's all they have to do in some cases. So we need to get a lot more participation. And for me, it's not just about the show or the competition, but we need to keep developing the art form, the calypso culture, because it's important. Like I keep saying, it's the one of the few art forms where you can sing about what's affecting you, what's affecting society, your family, at school. That's what we want to encourage and to teach the children, that this is what calypso is about. So that when you hear people saying, I don't like calypso, you tend to wonder if they really understand. Nobody's saying you have to love it, because there are other art forms, but you should appreciate what it's all about, and we need to promote it more in the schools.
Preparation for next year starts today. What would you like to see be done now to make sure that we get a much better show next year?
Earlier preparation for one, and the most important thing with a competition like that is to have the songs ready in time. If the songs are not ready, then the schools don't get involved. When auditions come along, they are not ready and so on. So it's really to start preparing in terms of songwriting. We need more schools having their own shows, and like you said, today is the day to start. They need to start sourcing the songs, and so they could organize their own shows and select the monarch to represent the school. That's the best way to go, instead of just selecting a student, and sometimes the student is not necessarily the best student to represent the school. Have your own show, no matter how small scale it is, and select your monarch to represent the school.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. Party up in it. People everywhere.